electric cars are cheaper. They're cheaper to run. They're cheaper. And that's a bit of a fallacy really, isn't it? And I've shown you that myself. Because if you're not charging at home and you're charging on public chargers, then they're not cheaper. In fact, they're a lot more expensive. And I can tell you that by first-hand experience of owning one for the last 3 years. And if you've seen my channel, you'll well know. Now, there's lots of other hidden costs as well. First of all, electric cars, when you buy them, they're more expensive on the outset. I think I'm in the wrong lane here. I need to go over here. They're more expensive on the outset, and to run them, they're also not cheaper. Your evangelist will say, I think you'll find they're cheaper. I'm on Octopus Energy and I charge overnight while I'm sleeping, and then drive down to Tesco, or it'd be Waitrose, wouldn't it, if you're an evangelist? I drive down to Waitrose and I get my groceries and I go home and I plug it in again, because they don't do anything. They basically just go from home around down to the shops and potter around. But us people who actually work for a living drive all over the place, and that's where it costs money. Now, today I'm going to tell you one of the other hidden costs, because I'm off for some new tyres. And they're more expensive as well, because you have to have specialist tyres on your car, with it being an electric car. However, I have got mine a little bit cheaper, and I'll go into it with you in a moment. And I'm also, it's going to go a bit dark, I'm also going to show you the process of putting the tyres on, what it's cost, etc. And also read you a little bit about what's different between electric car tyres and also normal car tyres. Ice, petrol, diesel, etc. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos, share this on social media. Let's show people that electric cars really aren't as cheap as people make out. It's all a myth. Anyway, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, so I took my car in back to Porsche a few days ago to have a recall for its umpteenth recall again. They did the brake hoses, I did a video on it, and also they changed the software on it to upgrade the battery because it could short circuit and catch fire. We've been through all that, but at the same time they said you need tyres on it and you also need a service. I never understand, I still don't understand the service on an electric car. Porsche charge around £600 and odd, I think it is, for a service, and they'll tell you exactly what they do. They check the battery diagnostics, and they check the battery casing underneath, and they check the but there really isn't anything to service on an electric car, so I don't understand it. It's like these legacy motor manufacturers are still hanging on to, you know, what can we get out of them after we've sold them their car. Tesla owners, come on, there's got to be some Tesla owners watching. What happens? Do you have a service? How much does it cost? What do you do? What do they check? Let me know in the comments section. Now, little inside information for you, but don't tell anyone. This is a secret, because I know people that work within the motor industry, and I know people that train the motor industry and the motor dealers. Now, what they're being trained at the moment, they are being trained to upsell you into an electric car, and they're being given all the tactics and everything to say to you to get you into an electric car at any cost. So if you go into Peugeot or Toyota or anything like that, or Nissan or whatever you're going to get, you'll be literally pinned down, and they will try any tactic to get you to have an electric car. I've even known friends of mine, and also viewers of the channel, who I always call friends as well, because you're all friends there, we're a family, one big happy family here. They've actually ordered a petrol car and said, oh, we can't get hold of it anymore, would you like an electric car in its place, and we can do you a deal on it. Don't fall for this marketing, don't fall for their sales spiel. Just say no firmly and say, give them one chance. Say, if you mention electric cars again, I'll put the phone down and you'll lose my sale. Don't listen to the motor dealers. They're going to try and scam you into getting an electric car. Now, tyres. Porsche, obviously they're going to be more expensive. Porsche quoted me for 2 rear tyres, which is what I want today, which is what I need. 2 rear tyres, £455 47 pence. £455 47 pence each, right? Each. That's insane. And I know you're going to say, well, it's a Porsche, but I've gone to Glenn's Tyres, which I've been to before, and I went in to see Glenn. This is in Mansfield. Great tyre place. He knows what he's doing. He's done my tyres before. I've also had them done at Porsche before, but I thought, no, I'm not spending money that I don't need to spend. Glenn's Tyres, exactly the same tyres, Pirelli, right? Exactly the same tyres, £304 and 80 pence each. £304 and 80 pence each. I'm going to overtake this van lorry here because there's something flapping around on the back of it and I don't want it to come off. It's a piece of wood or something. Yeah, piece of wood. Right, so there we go. A heck of a lot cheaper, so I'm going to get them put on with Glenn's Tyres. We're going to head over there, and I'm also going to read to you what's different between oh, Jeff Buys Cars. Jeff Buys Cars. I'm filming. You're on camera. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm lying on my bed in Sri Lanka thinking about you.
You're lying on... right, okay, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Have you got a model of a Porsche Taycan in one hand?
Yeah, something like that. No, let me explain, right? We arrived in Sri Lanka yesterday. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Yeah.
And it's raining. It's raining, so we're back at the hotel, and I'm idly browsing through my Facebook, and Supercar Blondie has just popped up, and you're on her page.
I know. They emailed me and said, would you mind us using your video? I said, I've never heard of him, to be honest. I just said, you use whatever you want. Yeah, just give us a credit. So I'm in Supercar Blondie. Then I looked her up. She's a lady who's blonde, who's into supercars.
Well, I don't really think much of her as a YouTube point of view, but from a views and content point of view, Supercar Blondie is consistently the highest ranking, most viewed motoring channel on YouTube. So the fact that I'm seeing your face on her channel, I thought was hilarious.
There we go. I'm fame at long last, and all for my electric car. Now, I'm going to have tyres on today. 2 back tyres for my Porsche.
Is that coming in at 3 figures or 4? I'm guessing that, let me guess, I think that's going to be around about, I actually think you told me this, I think Porsche were quite expensive, and I think it's about £700, is it?
£455 47 pence each at Porsche, and at Glenn's Tyres £304 and 80 pence each. Heck of a lot cheaper. Also, Porsche said to me, you need new windscreen wipers. I said, are they Bosch ones or special Porsche ones? No, they're Bosch. 50 odd pounds. Alfords, 20 quid.
Well, the problem is, you see, for a special man, you need special parts for your special car.
I've been speaking to, and I can't say who, right? He's never been on the channel, but it's a guy who I've known for many years, and I used to do some work for him. He was one of my clients, and they're training motor dealers to force you into electric cars.
Yeah, it's just watching. I mean, I've been out of the UK now for quite a while, and it's interesting when you travel elsewhere. We just did Dubai. I tell you what, in Dubai, do you know how much they care about net zero?
Probably zero.
exactly. And now we're in Sri Lanka, and it's even worse. So basically, if the UK manages to achieve net zero and manages to get everybody into electric cars, all we're going to do is become a laughing stock of the entire world, and all the people who can will have left.
It's nuts, isn't it? Absolute nuts. And now you've got Mr. Trump saying, drill, baby, drill. He's not saying don't have an electric car, but we've never said don't have an electric car. We've never said don't have an electric car. We've said, if you want one, go and have one.
There's some very interesting things going on in the world at the moment. We're in a state of flux. You've got horrendous storms in the UK. I've just been told that there's surfing waves arriving in Greece. You can never, ever surf in Greece, but right now there's waves. It's, I don't know. You got to take it a day at a time, I think.
Do you know what? And I'm sure my viewers will agree with me here. You know, because I'm a lot older than you. When I was a kid, growing up in the 80s, right? At the moment, we've got danger of death, danger to life, storms, gale force wind. It's like years ago it was called wind.
Yeah, you're not allowed that anymore. Everything has to come with a warning.
Yeah, it's like we never had any warnings when I was a kid. We'd open the window, we'd go, oh look, it's snowing, great, no school, get in. But now it's danger to life, and it's just get over it. We're becoming a nation of scaremongers and scaremongering and wimps. Just get over it, it's crackers. I mean, anyway, so there we go. I will, you know what, I'll have to come out and see you at some point, Jeff, and we'll have to do another trip. People have been asking, when are we going to do the next road trip?
Yeah, we'll work on that. I mean, we're going to hide away from the British winter for a little while, and then we'll be back in the UK. But I think you and I need to do something. Yeah, we'll work on something special, a special trip for a special man. It is special car.
Hey, October, my lease is up on this car, but the issue I've got is, now listen to this, the issue I've got is, because I've gone over the mileage on it, a lot over the mileage, I'm going to have to stump up over 10 grand.
£10,000.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never bought a car for that much money.
It's crazy, isn't it? So, but Porsche have said to me, well, if you come and see us, we can work that out and maybe add that in and hide it away in another thing. And I thought, I know what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and sell me another electric car when I wanted a 911.
I think that's exactly what will happen. The only way they're going to be able to get you out of that, or the only way you're going to be able to get out of that car in a way that makes actual financial sense, is either to set it on fire, but now that I've told everybody that's your plan, you can't do that, or, yeah, you're going to end up with another EV. So it'll be interesting to see what they say around that time.
I might not have to set it on fire, because don't forget, the batteries are short-circuiting.
Yeah, there is a good chance it'll do that by itself.
Now, I've been telling the viewers, this is interesting. This is interesting. Sorry, it's a long video, this, about tyres. But at the moment, I've done one video because they've upgraded the software on my Porsche to monitor the battery so it doesn't short circuit. And the viewers at this point will have seen a video that I did. It took me over an hour, and I think it was an hour and 20 minutes to get a full charge in it. It's as if, and I'm not saying they've done this because I don't want any, you know, legal people on my back. So it's as if, and I'm not saying they've done this, it's as if they've throttled the charging.
Yeah, well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? You know, if you understand how electricity and charging works, it would make sense that the way that they can protect the battery is by slowing down the charging. I've got an hour and a half to sit around and wait for a car to get a full tank. That's a waste of my life.
It is a waste of life, so don't buy an electric car. Stay there, Jeff. Onwards, my friends. Oh, and by the way, subscribe to Jeff Buys Cars. I've been watching your trip. I've been watching what you've been doing. It's been great. So follow him. It's great. He's in supercars, 911s, Dodge Chargers, and all these different cars that have engines and sound great. So follow him. I'll put his link in the description.
Exactly.
And on the end.
Yeah, once all the supercars are out the way as well, it's going to be Jeff Buys tuk-tuks, because that's what we're up to now. So if you don't like supercars, we've got tuk-tuks coming up next.
Hey, I tell you what, are they electric?
They're absolutely not.
Onwards, my friends. Now then, I am just going to pull in to this services here. Let me get across here. This is a brand new services, Rotherham services, off of the M1. And I'm going to go and check it out. They've got a Pret, they've got a Waitrose, they've got a Starbucks, they've got a Chopsticks, they've got a good breakfast. How do we get into the services here? Let's go and have a little look. I'm going to get my tyres on for another hour. Of new services. How exciting! I wonder what chargers they've got. They've got a power station right next to it, so it should have some good chargers here. Let's check it out, shall we? Services, caravans, HGV. Here we go. Let's have a look what chargers they've got in this brand new services. You know what? I can't see any chargers here at all. None whatsoever. I reckon this is a smaller services and the southbound is the bigger one. Yeah, I don't think there are any chargers. Let's just have a quick drive back here and just double check. No chargers. That's very strange, isn't it? Electric cars the future, but no chargers. Right, okay. Strange. Let's get out of here. Well, that's a bit rubbish, because now you've got to drive half a mile down the road to go to a roundabout to come back up again to go back on the M1 South. That's a bit pants, isn't it? Especially if you've gone there to look for a charger because you've only got a few miles left, and then it's wasting another half a mile of your range to get back on the M1. That's a bit naff. Right, come on. Onwards. I'm hoping, or I'm guessing, that they've got chargers on the M1 North on the other side of it. It looks like the southbound one was a bit of an afterthought. Come on, onwards. Might have to check them services out though on the northbound on another video. Do you know what? Years ago, right, by the way, before I go into that, I digress. I'm going to talk about services, so remind me if I forget, because my memory's getting bad now as I get older. Did you see all the pylons and the power station there, and yet no chargers anywhere? You'd think with that massive power station they'd have loads of chargers, wouldn't you? Right, anyway, before I forget, service stations used to be way better back in the day. I used to love service stations with my mum and dad. We'd go drive up to the lakes or wherever, and you'd pull into a service station. I won't say pull off in a service station because that sounds wrong, but although I'm sure it's been done before. But you know, we'd go into the service station and you'd have like a cafe there and a restaurant there, and women like dinner ladies, proper dinner ladies there serving you food and your fish and chips and stuff like that. And now it's just not, they're all the same, aren't they? You know, occasionally, and I do like some of them, Leeds Skelton, great services, really is. Chopsticks, McDonald's, Nando's, you've got a good choice, but it's still not the same as it was back in the day, is it? Anyway, come on, this is about tyres and the hidden costs of electric cars. you in that lane? Move over. Move over. Get over into the inside lane. What are you doing? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're in the wrong lane. Why are you there, look? You should be here. This is where you should be. Look at this complete cockwomble. Look at him. Look at the cockwomble. Look at him. Here he is. There we go, look. Look at him. Just staying there, totally oblivious. You're in the wrong lane. Get out of the way. Now, that cockwomble there, who's just basically in the wrong lane and should be in this inside lane here, because the other lanes are overtaking lanes, I've actually been told on YouTube by people in the comment section, and I believe it's wrong. They said, oh, you can undertake. You're not allowed to undertake. But apparently some people said that you are. I've looked into it. Allegedly you're not allowed to undertake. Let me know in the comment section. If I undertake that cockwomble in that car, then I'm wrong. I'm going to pull into the services here, and I'm going to tell you I need a wee, and then I will tell you the difference between electric car tyres, etc. Because I found a little bit online. So let me just pop into this services here, which is a lot better. Right, I've just pulled in. Now, believe it or not, I've got JB on the phone, who's driving a lorry somewhere in the windy northwest. Is it right? Northwest? Northeast. Northeast. Now, earlier on, I said to you about motor dealers trying to get you into electric cars at any cost. And I've told you, I know people in the motor industry who train the motor dealers to sell cars and to upgrade you and how to get you and get the most from you and to upsell you on other packages like, I don't know, extra polish or diamond bright or whatever it is, Scotch Guard and all the other little bits that they make them money on, and you know, tyre insurance, which is actually really very good, by the way. Porsche sold me my tyre insurance, could have got it cheaper, but I made my money out of it. Anyway, Dave, you drive a, tell us a bit about your experience.
Well, as you know, my car coming up to change. I got a phone call a couple of days ago, a couple of evenings ago, from the local dealer, one of the dealers that I purchased it from, saying that I ought to be looking at changing because it's like 22 months since I changed, blah, 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 blah. And he can highly recommend the same model as my vehicle, but an electric version, because it'd be far better for me. They no longer do petrol versions for mine, and electric is the way to go, and they're selling that many of them, and blah, 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 blah. So they sort of, it was a hard, not the hard time, because he was a lovely fella, but it was like, it's all electric, you know, I'm electric this. It's a lot better, it's a lot nicer. The fact I don't do a lot of miles, fair enough, but I need to tow, and you cannot tow horse boxes with an electric vehicle.
Really?
Well, not the way I need to tow, because you would never get anything. The same vehicle I've got now will not tow a horse box or a caravan. So.
Well, the daft thing is as well that people don't realise is if you've got a caravan, for instance, and a car, and there are people that have got electric cars with caravans, you imagine trying to charge your car up in that charge point there with a caravan sticking out the back. It wouldn't work. The only other way you could do it is go sideways and take up 3 or 4 of the chargers. It doesn't work. It will never work. Anyway, you wait there a minute, and because I'm going to speak to Dave, then I'm going to go for a wee, and then I'm going to get back on the road, and I'm going to let you know about what the difference between the tyres are for an electric car and for a petrol car. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, right, okay, so it is a bit blustery out there. That feels a lot better. Now, EVs, electric cars, I've said we're having them pushed down. We're being brainwashed into trying to get us to buy electric cars. By the way, there was a gentleman in there as I was coming out. If he's watching, hello. He just said, never buy an electric car. He obviously watches the videos. I go to stand there and have a wee, and what am I faced with? An electric car advertisement. Absolutely insane. It's crazy. They're not any cheaper. In fact, I've just been over to Apple Green Electric here, the chargers, and I thought, oh, I wonder what it actually is to charge up on these, right? 77 pence per kilowatt to charge up on there. That's not the most expensive, by the way. That is relatively, I wouldn't say cheap, but it's the cheapest out of a lot of them. It's insane. Instavolt is ridiculous. It's crackers. Anyway, so there we go. Now then, there's a thing online from QuickFit here. I'll put the link to this in the description down below, and it tells you the difference between regular tyres and those designed for EVs and hybrids, etc. And it says, it goes through things like electric and hybrid tyres are heavier. It says the biggest difference you'll find with electric and hybrid tyres, that they are heavier than traditional tyres, and this is because the tyres need to be able to accommodate the extra weight that electric and hybrid vehicles have. That's due to the battery weight. They're absolutely insane. The weight of these cars are crazy. Electric and hybrid tyres are quieter. One of the first things electric car drivers notice when they first drive is just how much quieter everything runs. Yeah, boringly quiet. It says they use electric and hybrid tyres use different sidewalls. There's all sorts here to eliminate any myths, etc. This is from QuickFit. I'm using though Glenn's tyres in Mansfield. It's a local business, it's a family business, and I like to support local businesses. And it says here, do they wear down faster? It would make sense to assume that electric vehicles must wear down a lot faster than regular tyres. After all, they have to withstand a huge amount of weight. But the exact opposite is true. With the added weight, tyres on EVs would certainly wear down much faster if normal tyres were fitted, but they put special tyres on, etc. Are electric vehicles tyres more expensive? This is the bit that I want to read, so I'll read this bit. The other side of the over-engineered coin is that at the point of purchase, electric tyres tend to be more expensive than regular tyres, but the price of a tyre isn't as simple as how much it costs to buy. Poor fitments, for example, can dramatically increase your car's fuel consumption, leading to hundreds more pounds needed to be spent on fuels over the year. For EVs, the same applies to range. There's a significant range reduction when fitting lower quality tyres. The dramatically reduced wear and increased range tend to mean that over the course of their lifetime, EV and premium tyres work out cheaper than budget alternatives. Hasn't actually said there though, has it, whether electric, kind of skirted around it, whether electric cars tyres are more expensive. Glenn told me when I went last time, yeah, they are slightly more expensive. But anyway, I'll put the link to that in the description down below. I'm going to get back on the road because I need to get these tyres fitted. So come on, onwards, my friends. almost at Glenn's Tyres in Mansfield, and I'm not sponsored, by the way. What I am doing is I'm supporting a local business, a local family business, rather than giving it to Porsche. I mentioned earlier on £455.47 per tyre at Porsche and £304.80 per tyre at Glenn's Tyres. Exactly the same tyres. It's just insane, isn't it? I mean, that is not just 10 or 20 pounds difference. That is nuts. That's like 150 quid difference per tyre. So that's 300 pounds. That's a lot of money. That's insane. And I've done it before. I've had them fitted at Porsche. It's crazy. Anyway, as I say, have a look at the link in the description to tell you the difference between car tyres for electric cars and hybrid, and also petrol. But don't listen to the motor dealers. They're going to lie to you. They're going to try and get you into an electric car that's bright, sun always shines in Mansfield, at whatever cost. They're going to lie to you. And these motor dealers and motor manufacturers will lie to you because they've been given targets to hit to sell electric cars to you, or they get fined for it. They get a penalty. They get penalised thanks to the governments. So, or the British government now. America's scrapped all that, haven't they? So, there we go. Let's get to Glenn's Tyres and let's get these tyres on my car.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Right, here we are, Glenn's Tyres. I'm going to park right up at the end of the yard here. So I'm going to park up and then we're going to get these tyres done. So, and I spotted a Tesla as well. So he's obviously doing a Tesla. How about that then? Right, let's get parked up. Right, so there you go. Tyres sorted thanks to Glenn's Tyres in Mansfield. Let me straighten you up there. It's a bit Crooked, a little bit like people who try to sell you electric cars. Crooked. They're lying to you, they're making a fool of you. It's not cheaper to run an electric car. The tyre people there at Glenn's Tyres, yes, they are special electric tyres for electric cars. No, they don't last quite as long, obviously because of the torque and the weight of the car. So you're being lied to. You've seen there on the way down here, Apple Green chargers, all the different public charging points, not just Apple Green, every public charging point costs you a lot more money. 70 odd pence per kilowatt to charge there. So unless you're pottering around and pootling around from home to the shops to Waitrose, you know, to get your bread to cut the crusts off with, it's going to cost you more money. You're being lied to, you're being made a fool of. They're laughing at you behind your back, all these people trying to sell you electric cars. If a motor dealer tries to sell you an electric car, just say no. Say absolutely no way. Tell them in no uncertain circumstances, if they mention electric cars to you, they've lost your business, and walk out, and you'll walk out the door. Tell them from the outset, do not mention electric cars. I'm giving you, warn them. I'm warning you, do not sell me an electric car. If you do, I'm walking out the door. Anyway, that's all from me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Share this video far and wide, and also do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. Let me just get around here. It doesn't cost you a penny. Absolutely nothing at all, and what it does is it pushes this video out to YouTube and educates the public and the globe that electric cars are not the future. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, give us a like, do all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again to Glenn's Tyres, by the way, and remember, support local businesses and tyre companies like that, rather than the big stealerships, shall we call them. There we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Needs a filter arrow on here. Come on, get out of my way. Move. I need to go. Oh, it's an MG. Oh, I feel ill. It's an MG. It's an MG. Electric MGs. Horrible.